Hello, welcome back to yet another video. My name is Foss, and today we're going to look at how to complete all the LenTalk requests on the Florio island. If you haven't checked out my other videos at this time, I highly recommend to check those out because I do have a video for each one of these individually, but this is one grand video that puts them all together. And we're going to start today with Hide and Seek in the Flowers. This is a LenTalk request that you will unlock once you get the Illumina orbs, and we'll target Pichu in this one. And we'll have to complete this at research level 3 at the park during the daytime. There isn't a whole lot that we can do at the beginning of this map, so we'll skip forward to the meadow area. Once we're at the meadow here, we'll have to look for Pichu, who's hiding out in this bush here to our left. Hit Pichu with an Illumina orb to make it jump out, and snap a photo of it as it lands on top of the bush to complete this LenTalk request. There's no reward for completing this request, but snapping a photo like the ones you see here are all that you need to complete the Hide and Seek in the Flowers LenTalk request in the new Pokemon Snap. Second up on the list is the One Hand Freeze LenTalk request. We will unlock this request once we've completed the first LenTalk request in the new Pokemon Snap game. Once we've done that, we will target Grookey at research level 3 at the park during the daytime. This one is not guaranteed and you might have to try it multiple times, but there's actually 3 locations that you might see Grookey do a handstand, which is the goal of this picture. First place will be right here at the beginning of the map. This one I hardly ever see, but I have seen it at least once or twice. If it doesn't happen here, we'll skip forward to the lake area. Once we're at the lake here, you'll see to our left side there's Pichu. Behind Pichu in the grass is Grookey sleeping. If you hit Grookey a couple times with a fluff fruit, it should wake up. Feed Grookey a fluff fruit, and after it does a flip, it might do a handstand like you see here. If it again does not do a handstand, we'll skip forward to the meadow area. And the last place we're going to look is here at the meadow at the end of the map. Again, you will see Grookey and Scorbunny running around. Feed Grookey a fluff fruit, and again it'll do another flip. After doing this flip, it may or may not do that handstand. If it does not do a handstand at this point, sadly you'll have to restart the map and try the whole thing again. But snapping a photo of Grookey doing a handstand at any point in this map will help you complete the One Hand Freeze LenTalk request. And as a reward for completing the One Hand Freeze LenTalk request, you will unlock Professor Mirror's goggles profile icon. But with that, we've completed 2 so far, and we're on to the third, which is 3 Friends Among Flowers. This is another LenTalk request that you will unlock after completing the first LenTalk request. And once you've done that, we will target Scorbunny again at research level 3 during the daytime. This is the 3rd request in a row where there isn't a whole lot to do at the beginning of the map. So we're going to skip forward to the meadow area. And once we're here, we're going to try to do the same steps that we did for the Hide and Seek in the Flowers request. So again, find Pichu to your left side in the bush, hit it with an Illumina orb to expose it, and then continue up ahead until you see Scorbunny, Pichu, and Grookey hanging around this crystal bloom here. After a few seconds, you'll see Scorbunny drop onto its back and start laughing. Snap a photo of Scorbunny mid-laugh to complete this request. You will have all kinds of time to complete this photo because it will continue to laugh until the end of the course. But snapping any photo like the ones you see here will help you complete the 3 Friends Among Flowers request in the new Pokemon Snap. And sadly, there's no reward for this one, but with that, we've completed 3 LenTalk requests on the Florio island. Fourth up on the list is the head-to-head competition LenTalk request. You will unlock this one once you've gotten the melody player. And once you have that, we'll head back into research level 3 during the daytime to find ourselves Bouffalant. And to complete this request, we'll have to snap a photo of 2 Bouffalant doing headbutts together. And to do so, we'll start the map and continue on till we find these 2 Bouffalant up ahead and to our right. As you pass the sign here, play the melody player. You'll see another booflin come up from the background and challenge this booflin that's right next to you. Give it a few seconds, and the next thing you know, they'll be headbutting. Snap a photo of these two booflin mid-headbutt to complete this LenTalk request. And again, there's no reward for completing this LenTalk request, but with that, we've now completed 4 total. And snapping any photo like the ones you see here is all that you need to complete the head-to-head competition LenTalk request here in the new Pokemon Snap. That brings us on to number 5. Shockingly well done. This is another LenTalk request that you will unlock once you've completed the Illumina spot here on the Florio Island. Once you've done that, you can come back and we'll be targeting Emolga for this one. We can actually complete this one at any research level during the daytime. I'll be showing this to you at research level 1. And for this one, we will not have to skip that much of the map this time. But as the map begins here, we will skip forward to this first bridge up ahead. Once we begin to round the corner here, you will see a few fruit laying at the bottom of the tree. Add a fluff fruit to the pile, and shortly afterwards you should see Emolga swoop down and land beside it. Shortly afterwards it will jump into the air and perform a shocking attack on the fruit. You'll have to snap a photo of it mid-shock to complete this request. Just note that if the fruit is not close enough, you'll have to throw another one a little bit closer to Emolga to trigger the sequence of events. And if you did not get a good photo the first time, you can repeat this multiple times before going over the hill up ahead. But snapping any photo like the ones you see here will help you complete the shockingly well done LenTalk request here in the new Pokemon Snap. And as a reward for completing this request, you will unlock the Effect 4 sticker, which you can use to spice up your photos in the future. And number 6 on the list is What's Up with Wurmple. You will unlock this one once you have the Illumina orbs for the Florio Island. So once you have those unlocked, we'll head back into the Florio Nature Park during the daytime at research level 3. And our target for this one will be Wurmple. And again, at the beginning of the map here, there isn't a whole lot to do, so we're going to skip forward to not the first bridge, but the second bridge by the lake. As we cross the bridge here, you'll notice that there's a few Taillow that fly out of the tall grass to your left side. Snap a photo of these Taillow as they fly by, and you should notice that they stop. They'll fly a little bit further down the path, and this would be a good time to have the boost unlocked for the Neo 1. It'll make this so much easier. But as you come around the corner here, you should see Wurmple and Taillow fighting. Hit Wurmple with an Illumina orb, and shortly after it will perform the Poison Sting attack. Snap a photo of it mid-attack to complete this request. And again, snapping any photo like the ones you see here will help you complete the What's Up with Wurmple LenTalk request. And sadly, there's no reward associated with this one. Okay, number 7 on the list is an easy one, and that is Swanna-be. This one you will unlock after completing the first LenTalk request. And our target for this one is Ducklet, and will have to be at research level 3 during the daytime. And what makes this so easy, you might ask? Well, you really don't have to do a whole lot, except for skip the beginning of the map like usual. So we'll do that right now. We'll skip forward to the lake area. So as we go over the hill here, you will see a few Swanna fly by. Just behind them is a Ducklet as well. Snap a photo of Ducklet as it flies by to complete the request. If you missed this photo, there's a few other opportunities I'm going to show you right here. Look to your right and you will see Ducklet fly up into the air a little bit higher. And if you missed this one as well, give it a little bit longer, and as you continue down, you'll see Ducklet fly around the island and swoop down towards you and do a quick little pause just in front of you. And again, snapping any photo like the ones you see here will help you complete the Swanna-be LenTalk request in the new Pokemon Snap. Again, there's nothing really special to completing that one, and there's also no reward for completing it either. But with that, we'll move on to number 8. And number 8 on the list is Dam Sweet Dam. This one you will unlock after taking the alternate route over the dam during the daytime at research level 3. Once you've done that, return back to the map and we'll be targeting Bidoof on this one. And again, we will have to be at research level 3 to complete this one. As the map begins here, again, there isn't a whole lot to do, so we're going to skip forward to the lake area. As you approach the alternate route here, scan and follow the path over the dam. Once you've done that, look over to the right and you should see the larger Bidoof Dam here. If you perform another scan, you will see some question marks inside. Throw a fluff fruit towards the top of the dam. If you hit in the right area, you should see Bidoof eyes. Snap a photo of Bidoof with his head sticking out of the top to complete this request. And snapping any photo like the ones you see here will help you complete the Damn Sweet Damn LenTalk request here in the new Pokemon Snap. And as a reward for completing this request, you will earn yourself the nose sticker, something you can use to spice up your photos just a little bit in the near future. Okay, next up on the list is number 9. Off to a Flying Startle. You will unlock this request once you've completed the first LenTalk request on the Florio Nature Park. Once you've done that, head back into Research Level 3, and we'll be targeting Tailo this time. And again, you might have saw this one a little bit earlier if you were watching the What's Up with Wurmple LenTalk request. As the map begins here, there isn't a whole lot to do, so we're going to skip forward to the lake area just before we cross the bridge. As you begin to cross the bridge, look to your left in the weeds. After a few seconds, you'll see some Tailo fly out. Snap a photo of these Tailo mid-flight to complete this request. And snapping any photo like the one you see here will help you complete the Off to a Flying Startle LenTalk request in the new Pokemon Snap. Again, this one isn't overly difficult, but you do have to get a picture of Tailo at the right time, otherwise it will not count. Oh, and there's also no reward for completing this one either. And next up on the list is number 10, which I would consider the most difficult LenTalk request at the Florio Nature Park. And that is Flopping by the Water. You will unlock this request once you've completed the first LenTalk request at Florio Nature Park. And once you've done that, we'll head back into Research Level 3 to snap a photo of Magikarp. And Magikarp is not the only big star of this photo, we'll also have to have Pidgeot in it. There's a few steps to make this one work, and the first couple steps will focus on Pidgeot specifically. So we'll skip the beginning of the map and we'll head up towards the lake area. We'll see Pidgeot in the path up ahead. Shortly after, it will fly off and land on top of this cliffside here. Once it lands, hit it with a fluff fruit to scare it off. After a few seconds, you'll see Pidgeot circle around, fly over the bridge up ahead, and land in the tree. Once it's there, you're ready to move on to the next step, which is focusing on the Magikarp here. We'll have to make Magikarp jump out of the water to get Pidgeot's attention. To do so, throw a fluff fruit near the Magikarp to make a jump. Pidgeot will leave the tree, circle around the island, swoop down, and pick up Magikarp out of the water. You'll have to snap a photo of Pidgeot picking up the Magikarp, but we'll have to focus specifically on the Magikarp to make this one work. And getting yourself a photo like the one you see here is all you need to complete the Flopping by the Water LenTalk request in the new Pokemon Snap. If you're just looking to complete this request, I'd highly recommend taking this picture zoomed out. Zooming in makes it so much more difficult. And as a reward for completing this request, you will earn yourself the I7 sticker. Yet another sticker that you can use to spice up your photos in the future. Okay, and with that, we're going to head back into another easier request, which is Don't Be Scared. You will unlock this one once you get the Illumina Orbs for the Florio Island. And to get these Illumina Orbs, you'll actually have to head into the jungle and take a picture of the Crystal Bloom during the nighttime. And once you've done that, we'll head back into Research Level 3 at Florio Nature Park during the daytime to take a picture of Comfey specifically. I've seen sources say they can complete this at Research Levels 1 and 2, but I've had no success doing that, so I'd highly recommend doing this at Research Level 3. Again, there isn't really much to do at the beginning of this map, so we're going to skip forward to the meadow area at the end. As we round the corner here, you'll notice that there's a Crystal Bloom to your right side. Hit the Crystal Bloom with an Illumina Orb to illuminate it. You should see a couple of Comfey fly over. As they approach and they light up, throw a fluff fruit on the ground nearby. They should lean down and start eating the fluff fruit, at which point you'll have to snap a photo. And snapping any photo like the one you see here will help you complete the Don't Be Scared LenTalk request here in the new Pokemon Snap. And again, this one's rather easy, but there is no reward associated with it. And that brings us to number 12 on the list, which is Livening Up the Flowers. You will unlock this one once you've completed the first Illumina spot on Florio Island. Once you've done that, we'll head back into the Florio Nature Park during the daytime at Research Level 2, or higher. And the target for this one will be Florges. And just so you know, this one is highly variable, and it's all by chance. But to complete this one, we'll skip forward to the meadow area of the map at the very end. As we enter the meadow here, we'll focus mostly on Florges. We'll have to keep a close eye on it. It'll randomly start glowing and providing some life to the flowers around it. Again, this is based totally on RNG, so just keep a close eye, and if you don't get that picture, restart the map and try again. I'm fairly confident that this can happen at research levels 1 and 3, but I have the best luck at research level 2. And what we're looking for is what you see right here. So again, as we look through the pictures here, we do want a picture of Florges with that green glow around it. And getting a picture like the one you see here will help you complete the Livening Up the Flowers LenTalk quest. And again, there's no reward associated with this one. That brings us on to number 13, which is Myth of the Nature Park. This is a request that requires us to have unlocked Shaymin at this point. And to do so, you will have to research all areas of the Lental region. Once you've done so, we'll head back into the Florio Nature Park during the daytime at research level 3. And again, if you need help finding Shaymin, I'll have a link to the video that shows you how to do just that in the description below. But as the map begins, there's not a whole lot to do at the very beginning, so we're going to skip forward again to the meadow area of the map. As we enter the meadow here, we have to look for the second crystal bloom on the right side. This one's hard to find, but once you find it, hit it with an Illumina orb to wake up Shaymin. Once you've done that, look to your left and find the Pichu hiding in the bush. Hit this with an Illumina orb to make it jump out. Shortly afterwards, all 4 Pokemon will converge around this crystal bloom to your left side. As you get closer, hit the crystal bloom with an Illumina orb, and you should see Shaymin jump up and down. As it jumps, an extra flower or 2 will appear on its back. Seeing this is an indicator that you're ready to take this photo. And snap a photo of Shaymin mid-jump to complete the Myth of the Nature Park LenTalk request. And surprisingly, there's no reward associated with this, but that's the last of the daytime LenTalk request here at Florio Nature Park. Number 14 on the list is bringing us to the nighttime variant of the map, and it is Hard Won Happiness. You will unlock this request once Todd and Phil arrive in the game. Once you've done so, we'll head back into the park at nighttime at research level 2 to snap a photo of Pidgeot. This is actually pretty involved, and we'll have to focus on Pidgeot in 3 different areas on the map. This is the first time in a while that we'll actually not skip the very beginning of the map. As we start to pass the Bouffalant here, you will see Pidgeot fly and land behind them. Toss a Fluffruit over the Bouffalant so that Pidgeot eats it. Once it's done so, it will fly off. Once it's done this, we'll head on up ahead to the lake area. As you approach the dam by the lake here, you'll notice the Pidgeot flies and lands to the left of you. Throw a Fluffruit again to Pidgeot here, and it should eat it and fly away yet again. If it's done that, then you're ready to move on to the final step of this request, which will take place in the meadow area. So as we enter the meadow here, you should see Pidgeot flying towards you. Give it a few seconds and it'll land in front of you, and shortly after it'll shake its booty and you'll have to snap a photo of it doing so. Grabbing any photo like the ones you see here will help you complete the Hard Won Happiness LenTalk request in the new Pokemon Snap. There's no reward associated with this one. That brings us on to number 15, which is Sudden Movement. This one you will unlock once you get the Illumina orbs for the Florio Island. And the target for this one is Tangrowth, and we'll have to do this at research level 2. And this is another picture where we can actually do something at the very beginning of the map. What we'll have to do is hit Tangrowth, you can see right here, with an Illumina orb. Once you've done that, it will stand up and jump over the river, at which point you'll have to snap a photo of it doing so. This is another photo that I'd highly recommend being zoomed out for, because if you're zoomed in, it's very difficult to get a good picture. But if you do struggle, just give it a couple retries and eventually you will get it. But snapping any photo like the one you see here will help you complete the sudden movement LenTalk request here in the new Pokemon Snap. And as a reward for completing this request, you will earn yourself Design 5, a frame that you can use to just, well, I guess frame your photos in the future. Who would have guessed? Okay, number 16 on the list is another easy one, and that is Munching Murkrow. You will unlock this one once Todd and Phil arrive in the game. And this should be no surprise, but the target Pokemon for this one is Murkrow, and we'll have to head into the park during the nighttime at Research Level 2. And as the map begins here, we can skip the very beginning, but we're just skipping forward to that first bridge. As we approach the bridge here, you should see some Murkrow fly above. They'll land in the tall grass to your right side, at which point you should lure one out using Fluff Fruit. If done correctly, you should see the Murkrow walk into the pathway and eat the Fluff Fruit. Snap a photo of Murkrow eating the Fluff Fruit to complete this request. Just remember that if you are too close to Murkrow, it will fly away and not eat the Fluff Fruit, at which point you'll have to restart the map and try again. But there are multiple other places where you can make this happen, but this is the most consistent place for me. But snapping any photo like the one you see here will help you complete the Munching Murkrow LenTalk request here in the new Pokemon Snap. And again, there's no reward for completing this one. That brings us on to number 17, which is, where's that Pokemon? And this is one that we will unlock once we get the Melody Player. And unlike Who's That Pokemon, this is something I can actually complete. And our target Pokemon for this one is Caterpie. And this is one that we can complete at Research Level 1 or higher during the nighttime. And as the map begins, we're back to another challenge so we don't have to do anything at the very beginning. So we're going to skip ahead past the lake area and just before we get to the meadow here where we have Hoothoot on top of the map. As you approach the map here, scan and you should see some question marks pop up behind the map. Play your Melody Player and shortly after you should see some Caterpie poke their heads up above the map. Snap any photo like the ones you see here of the Caterpie to complete the Where's That Pokemon LenTalk request in the new Pokemon Snap. This is another one that has no reward associated with it, but with that, we have now completed 17 LenTalk requests. But number 18 on the list is Where It Snacks and Snoozes. This is another LenTalk request that you will unlock after Todd and Phil arrive in the game. We'll focus on one specific Pokemon here, and that is Heracross. And we'll have to complete this at Research Level 2 during the nighttime. As the map begins here, we'll skip forward just a little ways past the bridge into that first bend. As you come around the bend here, you'll find the area where Pinsir's underground. You'll need to make Pinsir show itself. To do so, scan until you see its horns. Once you see its horns, hit it with an Illumina Orb. And once you've done so, hit the Crystal Bloom to the right of it as well. Once Pinsir is showing and the Crystal Bloom is illuminated, throw some Fluff Fruit by the pile and scan a couple more times to make Heracross fall out of the tree. Snap a photo of Heracross on the ground like you see here to complete the Where It Snacks and Snoozes LenTalk request in the new Pokemon Snap. This was not hard, but there's also no reward associated with it either. Okay, and if you watch number 18 on the list, then number 19 is going to look pretty familiar, especially at the very beginning, because number 19 on the list is Best Frenemies. You will unlock this one once you get the Melody Player, and our target Pokemon for this one is Pinsir, and we'll have to do this at Research Level 2 during the nighttime. And we do have to keep in mind that we do have to have Heracross and Sylveon in the picture as well, but the focus must be on Pinsir. So just like the Where It Snacks and Snoozes request, we'll skip forward to the first bend in the trail. Again, as he approaches Mound of Dirt, scan to reveal Pinsir's horns. Hit these horns with an Illumina Orb to reveal Pinsir. After that, hit the Crystal Bloom to its right side, and then throw some Fluff Fruit on the Mound of Dirt. Once you've done this, scan, and then shortly after, Heracross should fall out of the tree. If you've done all this, then we'll skip forward to the lake area as we cross over the dam. As we cross the dam here, you should see Sylveon sleeping to your left side. Hit it with an Illumina Orb to wake it up. Once it wakes up, it'll run off behind the Torterra sleeping right beside it. If you look further ahead, you'll see Pinsir and Heracross fighting in the trail. As you slowly approach them, play the Melody Player, and you should see Sylveon jump down from the cliffside to the left of them. This should stop their fighting, and you'll have to snap a photo of them all as they laugh. But again, we do have to focus specifically on pincer for this photo. But snapping any photo like the one you see here will help you complete the best Frenemies LenTalk request in the new Pokemon Snap. And for how difficult this one is, there's actually no reward associated with it either. And that's the last time that we'll have to deal with that specific interaction. So after that, let's head back into something that's a little bit easier. And that is, who needs wings? This is another LenTalk request that you will unlock once you have the Illumina Orbs for the Florio Island. To unlock the Illumina Orbs, you'll have to complete the first expedition through the Jungle Nighttime map, and you'll have to snap a photo of the illuminated Crystal Bloom. Once you've done that, we'll head back into the Florio Nature Park during the nighttime at Research Level 2 to snap a photo of Dodrio. There's a couple different places where you can see Dodrio in this map, and the first one is right here at the beginning, right next to Tangrowth. If it's not there, we'll speed forward to the lake area where we have more consistent luck. As we round the lake here, you should see Dodrio to your left side. As it walks along the cliffside, throw an Illumina Orb and hit it. If you've done this, you'll see Dodrio leap up into the air. You'll have to snap a photo of Dodrio mid-jump to complete this request. And again, if you have no luck here, you can skip forward to the meadow, as there should be a Dodrio in this area instead. But snapping any photo like the one you see here will help you complete the Who Needs Wings LenTalk request in the new Pokemon Snap. And as a reward for completing this LenTalk request, you will earn yourself the Rita icon. And again, this one was not too bad, and really none of them from now on really are. But with that, we have now completed 20 LenTalk requests in the new Pokemon Snap. So that brings us to number 21, which is Art in Flight. This is another one that you will unlock once you have the Melody player, and our target Pokemon for this one is Swanna. We'll have to complete this at Research Level 2 at the park during the nighttime. There's not a whole lot to do as the map begins here, so yet again, we'll skip forward to the lake area. As you come over the hill by the lake, you should see a couple Swanna fly by who are glowing. Keep your eye on these Swanna as they circle the island, because eventually one of them will land. Once it lands and before it falls asleep, you'll have to play the Melody player to make it take off again. Snap a photo as it's attempting to take off to complete this request. If you wait too long and it stops glowing, you will not be able to complete this request and you'll have to try again. You do have to get a photo of it before it actually leaves the water to make this one work. If it's already midair, you will not be able to complete this request. But snapping any photo like the one you see here will help you complete the Art in Flight LenTalk request in the new Pokemon Snap. There's no reward associated with this one, so that brings us on to number 22 on the list, which is a Terrific Yawn. You will unlock this one once you've completed the Florio Island Illumina spot. Once you've done that, we'll head back into research levels 1 or 2 during the nighttime to take a photo of Torterra specifically. So as we begin here, I just want to mention one thing, and that is, this can be pretty variable depending on which Torterra you use. But there isn't really one specific one that works a little bit better than others, so just try every one that you can along the way. But what you'll have to do is you'll have to hit Torterra with a fluff fruit to wake it up, and once it wakes up, after a few seconds, it'll yawn, then fall back asleep. But of course we cannot do this at the beginning of the map, so we're going to skip forward to the lake area. So as you come over the hill, you'll see a couple Torterra here. You'll see I have no luck with the first couple. After hitting it multiple times, even trying a couple scans, nothing really works. So as we proceed on a little bit further here, you'll see that I hit this back Torterra with a fluff fruit about 6 times before it actually wakes up. Again, this is totally variable. And again, if you cannot get a photo of it here, give it a few more seconds, and once you cross the bridge, there's another Torterra sleeping up ahead. And you can see this one wakes up after just one fluff fruit, and I was able to snap yet another photo of it mid-yawn. but getting any photo like the ones you see here will help you complete the A Terrific Yawn LenTalk request here in the new Pokemon Snap. There's no reward associated with this LenTalk request, so that brings us on to number 23 on the list, which is Hoothoot's Hidden Foot. This is a request that you will unlock once Todd and Phil arrive in the game. Of course, our target Pokemon for this one is Hoothoot, and we can complete this one at research levels 1 or 2 during the nighttime here at the park. I'll specifically be showing you this at research level 1. And this should be no surprise, but there really isn't a whole lot to do at the beginning of the map. So we're going to skip forward past not the first bridge, but the second bridge, into the area where there's Hoothoot up in the tree. I've had no luck whatsoever getting that first Hoothoot to be staggered, so I focus on this Hoothoot that's standing on top of the sign. You'll have to hit Hoothoot with the fluff fruit to stagger it, and snap a photo of it as you see the bottom of its foot. Snapping any photo like the ones you see here will help you complete the Hoothoot's Hidden Foot LenTalk request, which will earn you the Design 13 frame, which you could use to spice up your photos in the future. And as we get closer to the end of the list, we actually have a 2-for-1 here. And the two that we have are Dancing with the Queen and For Whose Sake. And the reason we're doing these both in one run is because they kind of go hand in hand together. But to unlock these requests, you'll have to get the Illumina Orbs for the Florio Island. Once you've done so, we'll head back into the park during the nighttime at research level 2. And we're going to focus on 2 specific Pokemon here. For Dancing with the Queen, we'll focus on Combi, and for Whose Sake, we'll focus on Vespiquen. As we enter the meadow at the end of the map here, you'll see there's a Crystal Bloom to your right side. Hit this with an Illumina Orb, and you should see a Combi fly off down the path behind you. After a short amount of time, you should see it fly back into view with a Vespiquen just behind it. As Vespiquen comes to a stop, snap a photo to complete the For Whose Sake LenTalk request. Once you've done this, hit the Crystal Bloom just below Vespiquen. If you've done this correctly, you should see Vespiquen do a flip along with the Combi around it. Focus your camera on one of these Combi and snap a photo, making sure to have both Vespiquen and Combi visible, but with the target of the picture being Combi. And snapping a photo like the ones you see here will help you complete the Dancing with the Queen LenTalk request. There's no reward for either of these requests, but with that we've completed 2 LenTalk requests in one run. And with that we only have 2 more left on the list. And the next one is Asleep on a Calm Night. This is another LenTalk request that you will unlock once Todd and Phil arrive in the game. Once you have it unlocked, we'll head back in to research level 2 during the nighttime to find Sylveon. This again is probably one of the easiest LenTalk requests you can complete, and it really involves nothing whatsoever. So to complete this request, we'll start our journey, and we'll skip forward to the lake area. As we cross over the dam here, you'll see Sylveon sleeping on the ground beside Grookey and Torterra behind this tall grass. You do not want to wake it up here, so do not play the melody player, or throw any fluff fruit at it, or scan, just snap a photo of it. And getting a photo like the one you see here will help you complete the Asleep on a Calm Night LenTalk request. And with this one, there is no reward. Well, that should be no surprise because that was the easy one. And with that, we are on to number 27 and the final LenTalk request here in the new Pokemon Snap at the Florio Island. And that is Meganium's pal. To unlock this one, you'll have to complete your first run through the Florio Illumina spot. And once you've done that, we'll head back into the Florio Illumina spot at research levels 2 or 3, and we'll focus on Meganium. But in addition to Meganium, we'll have to have Hoothoot in the picture, but we'll focus on that a little bit further ahead. As the map begins here, just know that this does require quite a bit of RNG, so as the map begins here, just take a look to see where Meganium's at. If it's to your right side like it is in my video here, then you're good to go. If it's walking to your left or sleeping on the left side, then I would consider restarting just in case. It's not a guarantee, but it seems more likely that Meganium goes where it needs to if it's on the right side of the path. You'll see here that I woke up Sylveon by hitting it with an Illumina Orb. This is unnecessary, but it is a super cute interaction, so I like to do it. Once Meganium has smelled that first Crystal Bloom, it will walk away and end up by the cliff side here. If you've completed research on all areas of the Lental region, then you should have Shaymin available here. at which point it'll jump on Meganium's head. If you're at the same point of the game that I am, that will not be the case. So just continue on until Meganium approaches the second crystal bloom. As it gets close, hit it with an Illumina Orb to illuminate it. Shortly afterwards, you should see Meganium walk to the left side of this tree. If it walks in front of the tree, you'll have to restart and try again. Meganium should stop to the left side of the tree and give it a little smell. After a few seconds, it'll walk behind the tree. Just before it gets to the other side of the tree, throw a fluff fruit to the very top of the tree to knock Hoothoot out of it. Doing so will knock Meganium onto its butt. Snap a photo focusing on Meganium but also having Hoothoot in the picture like you see here to complete the final LenTalk request on the Florio Island, Meganium's pal. And surprisingly, there's no reward associated with this, but with that we've now completed 27 LenTalk requests here in the new Pokemon Snap. At this point, I'd like to thank you all for watching, and remember, if this video helped you at all, let me know in the comments below. Also, please leave a thumbs up and consider subscribing for more videos like this in the near future. I'm putting out other walkthroughs for Pokemon Snap every day, so go check out my channel to go see what else you can find. Also follow me on Twitter to stay up to date on when I'm going live over on my Twitch channel, and also when I'm posting new videos on YouTube. And that's gonna do it for today's video. So remember, have a good night, and I'll catch you on the next one.